Hello and welcome to Sportswrap, the Duke Chronicle's online weekly show covering all things Duke sports. My name is Jack Dolgen and it's a pleasure to be with you back for our second straight week. Today it's 4 teams in the spotlight, 3 of those teams starting their regular seasons, and one of those teams known as Duke Blue Devils men's soccer team. It was the men's soccer team playing under the spotlight of Koskinen Stadium on Friday night, taking on St. Mary's. They started off with a 3-0 lead thanks to their sophomores. It was Jeremy Ibo-Bize with 2 goals and 1 goal for Marcus Fiortov to go up 3-0. But the Gales did fight back valiantly towards the end of the second half with 2 goals of their own. But before they could get a third, the final whistle was blown, and it was the Blue Devils who emerged on top to kick off their regular season. It was Duke again playing on Sunday. This time it was against DePaul, but rather than a sophomore scoring for the Blue Devils, it was the senior Zach Mathers scoring in the 46th minute. His 1 goal was enough for the Blue Devils to hang on and win 1-0. So the Blue Devils win 2 games by 1 goal, and as a result, they're 2-0 to kick off their regular season. Heading into the weekend, the Duke women's soccer team was also 2-0, except rather than playing unranked opponents, they played 2 ranked opponents, both on the road. First, they headed to 1 game at home. First, they headed to Pennsylvania to take on the number 6 Nittany Lions, where it was an unbelievable contest where neither team could score after 110 minutes, and then they blew the whistle. So Duke moved to 2-0-1. However, they took on William and Mary, number 25 in the country, on Sunday, this time at home, and this time they got the win they were looking for. 2 goals, 1 scored by the freshman Taylor Racioppi, her 4th of the season, and proving why she was the number 2 recruit in the country, and 1 goal by junior Toni Payne, her 1st of the season, and you can guess who that was assisted by, also Taylor Racioppi. So the women's soccer team moves to 3-0-1, a very strong way to kick off their regular season, and that's it for the soccer. Now we move on to volleyball, who, like the field hockey team, which we'll get to in just a moment, they headed to California, not to rendezvous with volleyball, or to rendezvous with field hockey, but rather to join a tournament against St. Mary's, Cal State Fullerton, and the Long Beach State 49ers. The Duke volleyball team swept St. Mary's and they swept Cal State Fullerton with 2 dominant victories, hardly losing at any points of the games. However, they did face more challenge in the Long Beach State 49ers. Duke was the number 25 team in the country heading in. The Long Beach State 49ers were technically the number 26 team, given all their votes by coaches, and they proved why this was such a tight contest. Duke lost the first set, they won the next 2, and then they dropped the last 2, losing the last one 15-11. Despite strong performances by Elise Whitaker over the weekend and Leah Meyer making her career starts, it was the Long Beach State 49ers emerging on top at their home conference. So volleyball opens up with 2 wins and 1 loss. They'll be taking on Kansas and company at the Kansas Invitational this coming week. Lastly, we move on to the number 5 field hockey team. As I mentioned, they were also playing in the sunny dunes of California, although not on the beach. They were playing Cal and their arch nemesis, Stanford. Cal was unranked, and Duke showed just why, winning 5-1 with sophomore Ashley Kristen with her 1st career hat trick and 2 assists for a whopping and certainly impressive 8 points for her Blue Devils. However, none of that was to the Blue Devils' avail. The following game, they took on number 6 Stanford, and the number 5 Blue Devils jumped off to an early lead with 2 goals, taking a 2-0 advantage, but it was the Stanford Cardinals storming back with 2 goals in regulation, sending it to overtime, where unlike women's soccer, which ended in a tie, it was Stanford getting the victory 3-2 in an overtime thriller, sending the Blue Devils back to Durham, not as happy as they otherwise could have been. However, Lauren Blazing did her part with 13 big saves, the goalkeeper once again coming up huge. Anyways, men's soccer wins 2 this weekend, women's soccer wins 1, ties 1, volleyball goes 2-1, and it's field hockey going 1-1. So a decent showing by the Duke Blue Devils this weekend, and certainly a lot more to look forward to this coming week. And you can join us right here on the Duke Chronicle Sports Wrap. Thanks for watching.